Right, g'day guys, Klint here for dropshipdownunder.com.au. I hope you're having an epic day. Alright, today I've got something that a lot of people ask me about, and that's niche selection. So with that, we are going to talk about high ticket niche selection criteria. So with that, let's rip into the video. Right, just before we kick off guys, as always, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, all the good stuff. Also, if you want to find out about dropshipping in Australia right now, check out our free training in the description below. 2 hours of fantastic training right there. Okay, so dropshipping, high ticket dropshipping in Australia, dropshipping niche selection. So I'm going to break it down into 5 basic steps, guys. So most importantly, high ticket. So what does that mean to you? Some people think high ticket is up to $50, but for me, high ticket is around $200 all the way up to around $2,000. Obviously you can get higher and higher and higher. You can go up to 5, 10, 20, whatever. But that is for us what we call the Goldilocks zone, a very sweet spot where 200 to 2,000 people are very, very comfortable spending online with their credit card. They're not overthinking the purchase. They're just going straight ahead, straightforward. And making a solid purchase. So high ticket items, we always focus on high ticket items. Most profitable way to drop ship, do you think about it? It's just as easy to sell a high ticket item as is a $10 item. The only difference is if you're making 30% on a $10 item, you're only making $3, $4. If you're selling an item for $1,000 at 30%, you're making $300 plus per sale. Okay, so you've got a lot more leverage as far as your ad spend goes, and everything else in between. So anybody is telling you that to sell thousands and thousands of cheap crap products out of China, it's not a real business. I'm just going to lay it straight out, guys. It's not a real business. The next thing is, we focus within the higher ticket niche selection criteria. Always focus on hobby, passion, lifestyle-based products, just because that's what people want, right? They're happy to spend their money on it. They want these items. Think about, for example, someone who loves kayak fishing. Okay, he just wants it. He's involved. That's what he's all about on his weekends. He doesn't care what he spends on it. Once he's made up his mind about it, this perfect fishing kayak, and he can already dream that he's going to go out there on the lake and or in the river and have a great time. This is what we want to sell people, what they want. You don't want to sell people things that they need, because, where's the motivation at the end of the day? You know what I mean? To spend big money on something like that. They're more likely to shop around, to be honest. That's what we found over the years. So passion, hobby, lifestyle-based niches. You can also, I'll add a 4th one, that you can also add something along the lines of work-related. But you really want to know that niche if that's what you're going to do. You maybe you're going to select that kind of niche because you understand the market. One of my mates did a really, really successful dropshipping store that he sold for multiple 6 figures, which was in diamond drill bits. But he was involved in the mining industry, and he had a lot of good contacts already, and he was already within the industry. And he found his way in, and he made a huge business and exited for, around $500,000 or whatever it was. He did really well. So the next one is to niche right down. Okay. So again, we talked about fishing kayaks. So if you were to build a store, you could even go as far as only selling fishing kayaks. But generally, I'd probably go a store where you focus on kayaks. But I mean, for example, you wouldn't want to just go into fishing, all right? Just for example, I'll use fishing as an example because we use the fishing kayaks. Fishing is a general niche, rods, reels, tackle, bait, all the rest of it, lures, all that kind of stuff. That's really general, okay? You don't want a big general store, even though people actually consider that not even a general store. They consider that a niche store. I don't. So if I was to go with fishing, for example, I'd focus right in on something that's high ticket within fishing. For example, really high-end reels, and that's all that I'd focus on. The whole store would be based around high-end reels, okay? And I'll go into that, why we do that. But you'd have hundreds. It's like basically it's a one product or not one product, but one focused item store, niche store. So you niche right down within a niche, okay? And then you have hundreds of different SKUs, or maybe even thousands, so you have hundreds and hundreds of different types of high-end reels. Okay, you follow what I'm getting at here, guys? I know I'm going rapid fire here because I don't want to make this video too long. You guys can rewatch it and all the rest of it. But niche down within a niche. So don't do fishing, right? Niche down further into a high ticket item and then focus on hundreds of SKUs, hundreds of items within that reels, for example. Okay? Basically, the reason we do this is to build authority. All right? You can't be the biggest fishing store online. You just don't have the funds, the resources, the advertising budget. Maybe one day in the future you could get there. But it's much, much easier to focus right down into that niche, reels, for example, fishing reels, high-end fishing reels, for example, and become the authority within that tiny little space. There's enough room and traffic to niche right down, guys. Okay, so the idea is to build an authority store around a really solid niche within a niche. Okay, so you become, instead of the fishing guru store, you become the go-to reel store. Okay, you become the niche within the niche. Okay, you follow what I'm getting at here, guys? One, makes it very hyper-targeted advertising for you. It actually works out to be much cheaper advertising because you're so focused and you know exactly who your customers are. And again, you get to build that authority. So over time, people will recognize you as the reel, for example, the fishing reel store, and people will know to come there because you've probably got the biggest range, and you're hyper focused within that niche. You offer the best customer service. You've got all the answers, etc., etc., etc. Okay, you follow what I'm getting at, guys? And at the end of the day, all of this, building these high ticket stores, at the end of it, following that niche criteria, at the end of the day, builds a real, ongoing, sustainable business. Okay, you are building authority stores where you are niche focused and building a real sustainable store. You're not selling fad products out of China. You are building an ongoing business with great products, great quality products, which is another reason why we do high ticket. I should have probably mentioned that earlier. You're in it for the long haul, to build that authority, to build a real business that, again, you can on-sell later after 2, 3, 4 years of running the business. Okay, so there it is, guys. That's a really quick overview of our high ticket dropshipping niche criteria, our selection criteria. So I was a little bit rapid fire, but watch it back if you need to, guys. All right, so look, if you want to find out more about how we do what we do, and a little bit more depth, check out our free training in the description below. It's 2 hours of fantastic training. It'll really help you out if you're just getting started. Well worth a look. So that's about it. Look, guys, if you're loving the content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep living the dream. See you in the next video. Cheers.